What's up, family? It's your boy Matt. Just checking in with everybody. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're having a great Friday afternoon so far, and hope you're gonna have a great weekend. Let me get to the point. I'm just leaving the theater watching, or just having watched Black Panther. And I gotta tell you, for those who know me, and my wife will attest to this, I'm not a real big moviegoer. Maybe that's the introverted side of me, but I'm not real big on just sitting in the theater listening to other people crunching popcorn and slurping ices and whatever. But I went out there to see Black Panther today just to support the movie, to support the project, and to support the work of everybody that went into it, or everybody that poured into that movie, whether it was the writers or the directors, the actors, the executive producers that funded it, whatever. I just wanted to be out there and support it. And another practical reason that I went out to see it is because I didn't want to, you folks, look, I love you, my people, but we got to stop with the playing spoiler on social media. That's the other reason I went out to see it today. I just didn't want to read the Cliff Notes version of the movie from people who just can't keep themselves on social media. So, if you want to do a review or something like that, that's one thing, but to be giving away different scenes in a movie, don't ruin it for everybody that wants to see it. So anyway, that being said, I have to tell you, I was thoroughly impressed. The movie to me exceeded what I expected. And, or as we used to say in corporate America, it exceeded my expectations. But anyway, the movie really did exceed my expectations. I mean, it lived up to the hype. So if you're somebody who likes me that doesn't like to go and see movies, maybe try to find one of those windows of opportunity where you can go out and see it, where there's not a lot of people in the theater. And, that might be 2-3 weeks from now, after the main body of people who want to see the movie have seen it. But anyway, I hope it smashes all the box office expectations and everything. The acting was phenomenal. The scenery was phenomenal. The story was well written. I'm not really up on the Black Panther comic books, so I don't really know the story. I did know the story prior to going to see the movie, but to me, it was well written. I'm a writer. You guys know that, and let me tell you, I'm very critical when it comes to writing, and that movie the story was very well written. So great job there. If you're looking to go see Black Panther, please go and see it. The movie was brilliant, not only, again, with the acting and the story and the way it was written and the cinematography. I like to watch movies because I like to see what the hidden messages are that the writers sometimes like to stuff inside of those. Or it was part of one of the things I loved about studying literature in high school and a little bit in college, because every writer is trying to put a message or something in their writing. It's pretty typical. And to me, the brilliance of Black Panther, especially with February being Black History Month or whatever have you, the brilliance of it is, here's a film that finally, to me, portrayed a truer sense of who my people look like me in this country really are. Yes, we're the descendants of captives that were brought over from the African continent. And I don't even like the word slaves, really, because it's just, let's call it what it is. We're descendants of captives. And, for all these people that think that my ancestors were people that were running around the jungle and got captured by warmongering tribes and sold to Europeans to be sent off to work, that couldn't be further from the truth. I mean, these people, my ancestors that were brought and auctioned off on day one of getting off the ship, they were given names and when they were auctioned with a skill set. So I mean, I don't know about you, but I would think that it's pretty difficult to give somebody training for whatever task they're going to be brought over for while they're in chains on a ship that's going up and down in the ocean for however many months it took to make that passage. So anyway, that being said, that's just my little Black History soapbox moment. No, my ancestors were not savages that were running around the jungles. We were skilled workers and artisans that were captured. There's a lot of history out there. I'm still trying to read about it myself. There's a book that I'm reading right now called The History of the Portuguese and West Africa, and I forget what the years are, but it's 14 something and 16 something. So I'm trying to read up on that, and I found some very interesting nuggets in there as I search for, you know, what the real story is of, you know, the pre-slavery, if you will, or transatlantic slave trade or whatever. So you got to dig back deeper and read some of those old manuscripts and you know, see what these places were called back then or whatever. But anyway, I'm getting off the subject. To get back to the movie Black Panther, it was nice to see finally a movie where dark-skinned people are not just relegated to these roles of drug dealers and criminals and hookers and, you know, baby mama drama and all this other stuff. I mean, that is not the whole of who we are as a people. So it was really nice to see a movie that reflected intelligence, technology, care about the human condition, that sort of thing. So anyway, great job, Black Panther. If you're planning to see it, you know, and I'm going to say this real funny story, and I'm going to get off the line here because I'm coming up on my exit. But anyway, one of the things so I call myself getting tickets for me and my wife to go see it at a 10:30 a.m. matinee, thinking, okay, the kids are in school, man. We can get in here and get in the theater when there's sensible adults and not a bunch of kids. And as I pull up to the theater, I see a big freaking Charlotte Mecklenburg school bus, and I'm like, no! But thankfully, they went to see the non-3D version, and we had bought tickets for the 3D version in advance, so we lucked out. You know, there were a few kids in there, but it looked like maybe a daddy that, I don't know, maybe kept his kids out of school or something today, and you know, it was a daddy with his three, it looked like it was you know, maybe 2 little girls and 1 little boy, whatever, and they were sitting near the front of the theater, and you know, it was nice to watch. It was quiet, it was enjoyable. It wasn't the typical thing that I see in certain movies that I don't like to go out on opening weekend. To be honest with you, I really don't even like going to movies. That's my wife's thing. She likes to do that, and she'll drag me out of the house sometimes. But I'm cool waiting 4 or 5 months and catching it on video or on demand or something. You know, I like to watch it. That's why I bought a nice TV, honestly, and, you know, got a speaker system and everything so I can enjoy the theater system and, you know, eat some fried orange roughy with some hot sauce and some cabbage or whatever, you know, not just, you know, be resigned to eating junk food, you know, candy, popcorn, whatever. So anyway, folks, I'm rambling now, but I just wanted to say big up. Black Panther is the bomb. It's everything that they hyped it up to be, and then some. I was blown away, and I went in with a very critical eye. I'm like, okay, can it really live up to the hype? To me, it exceeded the hype. So go see Black Panther. That's all I got for you folks, family, whatever. Not gonna hit you in the head. You know what I do for a living. So you know, if you haven't read me and you like great stories, check me out. Or if you're a tennis player and you're looking for the edge, look me up. You know, you can go to my website, www.mdtalford.com. Hey, listen, this is what I do for a living, and I would be negligent to not, you know, when you have the comfort of a cushy corporate job where you know you're going to get paid every 15th and 30th or 31st or whatever, you don't have to talk about what you do. But when you have to, you know, put the ends of the string together and tie them, you're pretty silly if you don't talk about what you do, because that's exactly what these companies do. They just pay other people to do it for them. So anyway, I'm getting way off topic now, folks. Hey, listen, I love you guys. I tell you that all the time. Life is short, life is long, but life is a journey. You know what? Try to enjoy this time you're here, and tell somebody you love them and mean it. Peace, y'all.